You think we're cyborgs?
A little bit.
Yeah, kind of. We got phones.
Random access, man, at any given time. And yesterday when the Facebook deal happened, I'm not going to lie, I had anxiety.
Yeah, I kind of did too, because our band chat is on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, why haven't I heard from anybody today?
Right.
This is weird.
I mean, I was trying to actually do some business, and I was like, fuck, man, I don't know dude's number.
Right.
And I didn't know Crystal's number. I'm like, technically, I don't know if Independence has been blown up by a bomb or not. I don't know. I can't get a hold of anybody. It was like, fuck. I went and checked the internet to make sure it was still there. It was still there. Then I sent a text to my wife. Hello? Is this working? Yeah. Whew, man. You know, I didn't know. Thought maybe it was one of those deals.
Yeah.
I literally had a moment of, wow, fuck it.
Yeah. I slowly got back into it as the day went on. I was like, yeah, that's all right. This is like 96 all over again.
It's the year I graduated high school.
Yeah. There really wasn't there was no Facebook then. There was internet, you know, it'd take you 30 minutes to look at a booby picture, you know, but I mean,
and it was like 16-bit, so it was like, you had 5 levels of gradation.
Yeah, it really sucked.
Yeah.
Nice boobs. Oh, wait a minute. He's got a wiener, too. Yeah. Good. Wait 30 minutes for that?
Just a little bit better than the scrambled Cinemax softcore porn.
No, it was quite a bit better than that.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah, that's quite a bit better than that.
Well, this is Off the Edge podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I miss you. I'm Zach with my hetero life mate, Matt.
At least this week, you know. This day and age.
And
got to keep it fluid.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's fluid now.
I keep pressuring him, but he keeps rebuffing my advances.
It's the wife, you know.
Yeah.
She put her foot down.
I'll change her mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'll win her over.
Eventually, she'll just get sick of my shit and say, go.
Yeah. Oh, but today...
I'm done with you.
We have a very special guest. We have Mr. Justin Martin, proprietor of the Wrong Kind of Podcast.
Yes.
Also former council member for the city of Coffeyville.
Oh, yes.
And just generally a guy that promotes a lot of cool stuff here locally.
Mostly myself. Just mostly myself.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're not your own fan, who the hell is
exactly.
You can't please yourself. Who else are you going to please? Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys. This is a cool spot, man. I dig it, actually.
Thank you.
It's kinda neat. I like old buildings, and all. This one feels like a place where a band should be.
Yeah, if it didn't leak.
Yeah.
I think that comes up in every podcast at least once.
It ain't leaked yet.
Yeah.
Well, the older we get, the more we leak. But I mean, this, you know, it's not too bad.
Well,
it's good in the winter. It keeps your legs warm.
I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you for your time coming over. And also, we meant to do this last week, and we had to reschedule. And so thank you for your flexibility on that. I hope it didn't put you out too much.
Dude. I mean, it was like, you know, I had nothing else to do anyway.
Right.
So.
I didn't want you to think we were trying to run away from you, but we just...
No, I heard the stories.
Yeah.
I don't get anxious about many things, but when shit's not working before 2 gigs on one weekend...
Oh, I get it, yeah.
I get it. I get a little freaked out.
For those of you that might be new to the podcast or whatever, we, Matt and I, play in a little band called Edge Over Edge. And...
good rock and roll.
Yeah. Well, we think so. Yeah. We're from the Midwest. I think we've coined the term y'all alternative metal.
Y'all alternative. I dig that.
You know what? I'm gonna give props. Quentin got that one.
That was his.
That was Quentin's coinage. Give him proper
kudos.
Credit. Yeah.
We have fully embraced it.
Yeah. We have been away from the podcast for a little bit. For those of you sticking with us, I really appreciate it. But kind of the music has been taking precedence. We've been building a what we think is pretty impressive light show that we can take on the road, and just a show in general, working on new music as well. It's taken some time. When I say we, I really mean Matt has been doing it.
But you got to show up and back me up, so it's all good.
Well, yeah. So anyways, that's why the hiatus. I'm just trying to focus on that stuff, but we're glad to be back, and we're glad to have Justin in Command Center with us. So, man, thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just spent 15 minutes riding around beforehand because I'm super early everywhere I go. It's a thing. I'm looking at the old houses over here. There are some really cool old houses up here in Independence.
There are. Yeah.
Some stuff that I'm like, you try to imagine the start of it, who lived there, why it was built the way it was built. There is some neat stuff there.
Yeah.
You know what's really cool is right up the road there's a church for sale, about $79,000.
Yes, I went to
there's a sold sign on it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I just noticed that today.
Wow.
I went to the auction there, and actually the speaker I used to edit our podcast I got from there. It was a $5 speaker. I didn't know what the hell it even was. The hell's a speaker? I'll buy it. It turned out to be a pretty good speaker.
Heck yeah.
But
Nice.
It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
I instantly think of the church studio in Tulsa, where Leon Russell and all that deal. I guess they're redoing that whole thing, but
nice.
It's pretty neat.
My cousin lives in an old church in Cherryville that had been retrofitted for a home,
All right.
but the living area is adjoined to the kitchen, but the kitchen is up where the pulpit and everything, so you step up into the kitchen and stuff like that, and then there's where there used to be a bell loft. He's just got his office up there. It's really, really cool open floor plan.
I think there's a church for sale in Coffeyville, too. It's not as big as that one. It's probably, I don't know, 60% of the size, but it's a pretty cool big old brick church, too. You guys need to get you a brick church.
Yeah.
And just be set up all the time.
I would love that.
And we had seriously looked at that, but we have 6 Pyrenees mixes and there's no yard at that one. So that was kind of a deal breaker for that. Quentin was interested in it, but he doesn't want to drive from Independence to Parsons to work every day. So
Yeah, I can't blame him.
no.
You guys could have started like a commune in there.
All right.
Let's do it.
I mean, if we had like a big courtyard, then, the dogs could shit in there.
Yeah.
The greenest grass in town. Right next to Sonic.
Yeah.
You're never thirsty.
Well, you get a vent, big fan to blow
Towards Sonic.
on Sonic. Oh, the dogs went outside.
Nothing says tater tots like dog shit,
Oh, they got a
my
fresh batch
goodness.
of chili today.
Yeah.
I just realized we started this, and Matt has a drink. Do you want it? You want beer or water?
I'm good right now.
You are?
No, I just drank a big giant coffee before I came here, so
Right on.
yeah. I drink coffee all year round.
Oh, me too.
I'm
yeah.
weirdo. My wife says, "How do you drink that?" I'm like, I don't know. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Put it in your mouth. Taste it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to grab me a beer.
I could
Talk amongst yourselves.
I've tried coffee several times.
You don't like it?
I do not like it. I want to like it. Not like when you're a teenager experimenting with beer and you don't like beer, but you force yourself to like it until you eventually do.
Ooh.
I don't want to like coffee that much. I like the smell of it, but by the time it's something worth drinking, then it might as well be a milkshake with a splash of coffee.
I feel that way about tea. I want to like tea because it's so good for you, but I just can't. I can't enjoy it. I don't like the taste of
Yeah, I don't know. Feels too British for me. You know what I mean?
I don't like hot liquids either. It's like soup, man. I chunk it up.
And so you say, you learned to like beer. I don't know that I ever truly learned to like beer. I drank beer. But, if you told me I had a choice of, any drink, beer probably wouldn't be in the top 5. I don't know why. But it just never really.
I think it depends on the situation for me. I'm a social drinker, so when I'm here, I drink.
Setting.
When we practice, I drink. When we play, I drink. Any other time, I don't drink.
No, I do. Me and my wife discovered a drink a few years ago called a cream soda. It's vanilla, vodka, and Coke. It's kind of a girly drink, but you don't even realize you're drinking about 6 of them in. You're like, whoa, man, that's good shit.
We did this one called we call it a cinnamon roll, and it's cream soda and Fireball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I believe that we have both those in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
What were you mixing up? It was like apple crown and
Apple
Fireball
crown and
or something?
Fireball. Yeah, called it a warm apple pie.
Yeah,
It was good.
that was good.
It was good.
There was a lady at one of our union parties drinking Red Bull and Apple Crown.
That would be pretty good. Yeah.
I bet that was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're a union guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right.
we're going to vote on a contract this weekend. We may or may not strike. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. What are you with John Deere? Is that the deal?
Yeah, John Deere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's United Auto Workers.
Yeah.
So I think it's the first time I've openly said who I work for on my podcast or this podcast ever. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, because them assholes are constantly telling you not to say their name outside the public. Outside the building, you might get sued or something. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Well, we can reverse it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. That's where I work. What are they going to do?
Yeah, right on.
They treat me well, we won't strike.
Right.
There you go, John Deere.
Well, I'm with you, man. I'm active in my union as well, and I think that's really important.
Unions are only as good as the members.
Right. And it gets political, and it can go off the rails, too. But all things being equal, I'll side with the workers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not one of these, super hardcore, damn the man, and
right,
because you can work yourself out of a job. You can negotiate yourself out of a job, but there needs to be and I don't necessarily have a problem with CEOs making millions and billions of dollars, because at the end of the day, they're responsible and they're going to be the one that has to get fired if everything goes to hell. But don't give them 160% pay increase and tell me you can't afford to give me $1.
Exactly.
There has to be a good balance there. I need them to sell tractors, and they need me to build them. So we're a team.
That's the way to look at it.
I brought a gnat with me.
Yeah.
Well, I took the trash out, so there might have been some lingering.
Our house has been like a safari all summer. I can't get rid of flying insects, and apparently now the ants are back.
Yeah, ants have been a continual problem.
That's been me too.
Yeah.
It's first year in this house. And
that's right. You guys moved.
Yeah. In the kitchen, got ants coming in by the sink. And it's like, I don't know what to do.
Spray them with Lysol. That's what I do. They're fresh as hell now. They crawl a little slower. I played a game for a week with an ant pile outside the house. I kept putting the dirt back in the hole, and they kept moving it out. Somebody says, why don't you just kill the ants? I'm like, I don't know. It gives me something to do, and they enjoy it too, I think.
Yeah.
It keeps us all busy.
Yeah. They look forward to a daily hole filling.
Who doesn't like their holes filled?
Well, we just hop back to that subject.
Oh, man. Oh, so you have your own podcast over there in Coffeyville.
Yep.
That is the wrong kind of podcast.
Wrong kind of podcast, yeah.
That's what it's called. That's not me making a judgment.
Yes. Well, that was the whole thing. So I give you a little backstory on that if you'd like.
Yeah, I would love it. How'd you get started with that?
Well, I'll give you the backstory on the name. It's kind of lengthy, but I'll make it not so lengthy.
Oh, so we got all the time.
My wife has been an inspiring concert promoter for years. And I told her, well, as long as everybody's eating and the lights are on, I don't, do whatever you need to do. You guys probably know that music business, you're going to lose your ass, right? Okay.
We do. We're rolling in it. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
So she did, she put on a City Rock Fest over at Joplin a couple times, had Disciple and Seventh Day Slumber. She brought, Decipher down to town. I think I've seen you at one of her shows down there. She had a few bands there, but then it rained or whatever. But so she was going around to churches, because those names that I just mentioned are Christian rock bands.
Yeah.
So she was going around to churches trying to do flyers, say, hey, why don't you bring your youth to come up here and, Coffeyville, Kansas. So there was a church in Tulsa. I'll never forget the church. She walks in there to hand a flyer to this older lady, and the lady looked at it and went, yeah, we don't do that here. And I was like, y'all do what here? Praise the Lord and joyful noise. That's what it says in the Bible. But anyway, when she come back outside, I said, Megan, you're just the wrong kind of Christian. And she's like, oh, that's kind of a catchy name. So she has a Wrong Kind of Christian website. She's a blogger, and she does some things over there. And so my podcast was already going. At the time, it was called the Heartland Review. I couldn't come up with more of a original name than that. But then I decided just to kind of like, do a branding thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, when we start selling weed in Kansas, please come to the Wrong Kind of Pharmacy.
I heard listen to your latest podcast. Yeah.
Get you a big fat sack of medicine. I'll be your pharmacist. But yeah, so that's the story on that. And we don't really have I don't know. We just talk about whatever the hell, you know. I mean, we do talk about politics quite a bit, actually, but we also talk about a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah, no, I enjoy your podcast, and you talk about a lot of local things. So I would highly recommend for anyone that likes podcasts, which you're listening, so you obviously do.
Yeah, clearly you like podcasts.
Yeah, so you should check out The Wrong Kind of Podcast, and especially if you are local to our area, Southeast Kansas, because you do talk about a lot of issues that come up in our area.
Well, I've got this philosophy. If I build my base, kind of like, you know, you guys build your fan base and they travel, you know, and it grows. So my philosophy is if I can build a base here in Southeast Kansas, Northeast Oklahoma, and we've actually made it over to, you know, Joplin, Girard. We're starting to get listeners over in that way. So that's what the plan is. And maybe someday I'll make 3 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Well, the important thing is it's the same for us as musicians or doing the podcast. You know, if you love doing it, then it's not work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I found don't look at your numbers a whole lot.
No.
Because they really don't mean much. They do and they don't. So if you're not having fun doing it, don't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do it for the wrong kind of reason.
Right.
There you go.
The wrong kind of podcast for the right kind of reasons.
To be famous. Yeah, don't do it to be famous.
Nah.
You're not it's never going to work.
Like I never look at our numbers either. But I was kind of shocked. Like we've been playing a lot the past month or 3, really. And I was surprised how many times I heard when we were out and about people say, "Man, I like the podcast. When are you going to do more podcast episodes?" Like, you know, I was like, "Damn, I guess
somebody does listen.
There likes it." You know, so at least people that know who the band is have checked it out. So
that's good.
That's encouraging.
Well,
so thank you, everyone.
It gives them a way to see you other than just up on stage. You know, when you're being rock gods, you know, they know that you're just kind of hanging out now.
That's something for. Going back about 10 years, I just have really had the mindset of, you know, whether we're on stage or off stage, like, let's be us. Like, you know, we're not rock gods or whatever. I mean, you got to have us come out with a certain amount of confidence and swagger or whatever, but it's not like we're wearing a persona, you know. I want people to... I want to be liked for who I am, damn it, you know.
Well,
they really like me.
Yeah, we're not. We've never been unapproachable.
Yeah,
you know, we've never.
I think authenticity is just more and more important now than ever. With it seems like there's so much fake bullshit, and so I think that's why I like your podcast. That's what we try to do with our podcast. I mean, we're just being people and having honest conversations and trying to play good old honest music and say something with it. You know, I don't know. I'm talking too much.
No, sorry, that's the podcast. You're supposed to talk.
Right.
They don't talk at all. Their podcast. I love it. That's actually the main reason I actually started the podcast back. Hell, I don't know how long it's been now. It's been a while. When I was commissioner at Coffeyville, one thing that I noticed was just people's ignorance. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Yeah. They just didn't know.
Yeah.
And they didn't understand how anything works. Everything's a conspiracy. The government is out to screw them. The city people are constantly trying to, you know, rake them over the coals. That's not necessarily the case. Most of the commissioners around here, at least on a local level, they're just as stupid as you are. They're just kind of making it. You know what I mean? They have some knowledge of how it works. I remember the first meeting that I ever was a member of, I about to shit myself, you know. I was sweating to death. I was so nervous. I couldn't. They were saying all
what did I get myself into?
Yeah, they were saying all these big words, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm just going to not vote on that because I don't know what the hell that means. But then at the end of 3 years, I'm like, oh, okay. I kind of get what's going on, and I see some of that in the paper, and people just don't get it. So I've tried to explain to them what's going on. But now we've kind of evolved into something else, and I got asked to run for commissioner a couple of days ago. I'm like, have you listened to the podcast? I don't think they're going to want me back. Anyway, I'll be the first commissioner with the tattoo all the way down my wrist, so That might be kind of cool.
Yeah. It's the Hulk too.
Yeah, the Hulk. Yeah.
That's awesome. Our guitarist Daryl would freaking love that.
Yeah.
He loves the Hulk.
Is he a Hulk fan?
Yeah, he's a Hulk fan.
It's got a little personal thing. I have a little bit of I ain't never beat nobody, but I usually pretty maintain low tones, and then I get mad, and then I'm mad for like 5 minutes or so, and I pretty freak out, and then I'm okay. So there's a little bit of big green monster's always right there,
Yeah.
But
I can understand that.
But anyway, I haven't beat anybody lately.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Baby steps.
No, yeah. I've had the cold for like 2 weeks now. It is not the Rona.
Oh.
I've had more sticks stuck down my nose than probably legal.
I had
I'm sorry you're dealing with that.
It's almost over.
Full-on allergy
That's what it was.
outbreak yesterday.
Oh.
And
I've been struggling for weeks, man. It's like ragweed.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
I just am dying every morning for about the first 2 hours after I wake up. I'm just a snot-ridden mess.
yeah, yesterday I doubled the Zyrtec, and when I was driving, my eyes are puffy, and I'm wanting to doze and get to the place, do the job, get home as quick as I could, pop Benadryl after I got home, and that puts me out.
Oh, yeah.
I got up, took Zyrtec again this morning, and I'm doing okay, but I'm still dragging ass from yesterday. I was just exhausted.
It wipes you out.
Yeah.
That sounded like Barry White about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was about to go completely away. Yeah. I mean, I thought, damn, my voice is going to go away. It was on Thursday. I'm like, we're doing a podcast tomorrow. I ain't going to have a voice.
Oh, no. That's when you get real quiet and you save it. So like, welcome.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
Hey, baby.
And Yancey, the guy that's with us every week, he was the same way. We both sound like, a couple of soulful men.
Take off that brassiere, my dear.
Yeah. That was it. So what else you guys want to talk about?
Well, shoot, man. We could talk about whatever we want.
Been watching anything good?
Yeah, you're a Star Wars fan, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. So that's weird, yeah. I was around when they came out back when I was a kid. And I was real excited about the Star Wars that come out in like 99.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm the only one that was a fan of them. I enjoyed them because it gave me some backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this new generation of Star Wars stuff, I'm just kind of, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit. It's not my Star Wars. It's my kids' Star Wars. And I don't know. I think maybe I've gotten too damn old for them.
Have you had a chance did you watch The Mandalorian?
I watched a couple episodes of it. I just couldn't get into it. I watched all of the Loki.
Yeah.
Not Floki.
Yeah.
I got messed up on. I watched the Vikings too.
Yeah.
I think The Mandalorian was good about capturing a lot of the original Star Wars.
And it does start out slow.
No, it started out very slow.
Yeah, it starts out slow. Especially the second season, I thought was amazing.
Maybe I need to go watch it again.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, if you enjoy the original Star Wars, it's
worth watching.
I think it's worth watching.
I watched 3 episodes over at my cousin's house, and I'm like, man, I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
I'm more of I'm a docu-nerd. I don't know if that's a word.
It is now.
It is now. Any kind of a documentary. You ever watch that Hunting Hitler deal?
I have not, but I've heard about it.
Man, that's something I can get into right there. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like tracking back history. The Curse of Oak Island. We call it hole diggers because that's all they ever do is dig holes.
Right.
That's coming back. Yeah, that's kind of crap I watch. Anything that watch men work, Gold Rush and Deadliest Catch. I like to watch other people work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so,
Need to get you into supervision.
Supervision?
Yeah,
supervision.
You need to be a supervisor.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what do I get to see, Yeah, that's kind of stuff I like to watch. I watched the latest Godzilla and Kong movie the other day. Have you seen that?
I have not.
I thought it was pretty good.
Kind of a neat take on the way they're going. It's no longer traditional.
No,
It's cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, the only and it's not my gripe because I'm used to doing it, but my wife griped because after that first attack at the beginning
On the boat?
no, when it destroyed the lab,
Oh yes,
when Godzilla destroyed the lab, and it showed the
spoilers all over here.
The thing, and I called it right there what it was.
Oh,
and my wife, we got to the end of it, and she's like, "God damn it!"
Which that's just a throwback to the old days, man.
Yeah.
You're not planning on watching it now, are you?
We didn't spoil anything for you.
I'll watch it eventually. I'm sure
It was
good.
Cool.
It was fun.
Yeah. It was
Awesome.
Good. It was a good time.
I really enjoyed Skull Island.
I liked it. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the Godzilla King of Monsters. The first Godzilla was kind of meh. I thought they spent too much time on the human story. Of course, they do that on all of them.
Was that the one with
Bryan Cranston died at the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah, they got to build up.
Yeah.
What was the one with the Ferris Bueller guy? That was back there a ways. That was just called Godzilla, right?
Oh, yeah.
Way back there.
Yeah.
This is a whole new storyline now.
Yeah. The old Roland Emmerich one. Yeah.
I want to see him redo Spawn.
Apparently, it's supposed to be in the works.
Really? That's a cool movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They would make it any cooler than that, but
I think it would benefit from today's technology for sure. But I also think they should get John Leguizamo back for Clown because I thought he was perfect.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was perfect. I'm not a comic book guy. I'm a movie guy, but buddy of mine, Bobby Joe, he's the comic book guy. He's always telling me, yeah, they got close. They did okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, how'd they do? Yeah, they did all right. No, they got it wrong. So he's the one that kept telling me about Thanos in the Marvels. He kept saying, Thanos has got to come along before too long. I'm like, who's Thanos, man? He's like, yeah, Thanos. Okay. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah, there are those books that I did kind of follow along with, but I'm not beholden to any of them. I mean, if you make a good story, I'm cool with it.
Right.
A while back,
I do complain about Star Wars a little bit though.
Yeah.
Just the last 3 films.
Yeah, I haven't watched Han Solo at all. Is it Han or Han?
It's Han.
Thanks.
Solo's really good.
I hadn't seen it at all. Haven't seen the last one.
I've talked to some pretty hardcore fans that didn't like it, but man, I just think it's high flying adventure fun movie.
Yeah.
And
After they had the prodigy milk the sea cow and then not truly fight the man, I was like, okay, I've been waiting 40 years to see him fight. He's the badass, and he's not even there.
right. Yeah.
It upset me.
I understand.
I've got an original Star Wars 1977 theatrical poster in there in the podcast studio.
Sweet.
Nice.
And I don't know where the hell I got it. I just found it one day, and at the bottom of it, it says 1977 on it.
We got a Darth Vader standee over there, but he won't stay standing up.
Oh, really? I got a Darth Vader telephone I found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it at an auction. You guys have to come by and check it out.
Yeah.
We can show each other our Star Wars stuff.
I've got
Sears
from when I was
Schwartz
a
is as
kid.
big as mine.
It's a speakerphone. It might be the same one. It's just Darth Vader, and then on a gray base with the numbers. Yeah, I got that same thing.
Mine. I don't know.
Nerds.
Nerds. I don't know if it works or not. I need the plug-in. You got the plug-in power cord?
I don't.
Oh,
Could probably
I don't know if
find
mine
one
works
pretty
either.
easy.
yeah. Unless it starts smoking.
Be entertaining.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool.
Be like Vader of the early years.
The early years. That's terrible.
If you follow our podcast group, it just says Edge Over Edge. We do that on purpose, but most of the Anakin getting chopped up and burned alive memes are mine.
That was pretty good, though, man. When he got burned up, that was cool how they told the story there.
Yeah.
He got burned up in the lava or iron, whatever the hell it was,
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good, though. That was very fitting.
Yeah.
That's where
I think so.
That's where I kind of stopped. I was like, what the hell, man? After that, I thought they kind of screwed it up. Yeah, whatever.
It's kind of cool and it just could be coincidence that fans are reading into. But there are little things like Obi-Wan and the whole high ground thing. He when he said, I have the high ground, don't try it. At the beginning, Darth Maul had the high ground, but Obi-Wan still kicked his ass.
Yeah.
And then it even goes back further where fans say there's that scene where Luke hops up on the catwalk in Empire Strikes Back, and Vader says, Obi-Wan has trained you well because he has the high ground.
Good Lord.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
You know, which could be just complete coincidence, but if not, it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
It's kind of cool anyway, because you can read that into it, but
that is really going deep there.
But I enjoy stuff like that. Kind of just I don't know. You get really immersed in the lore of it, you know, and make those connections. It's part of the fun. It makes you feel like you're participating in the story, drawing those connections a little bit.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. But
yeah, definitely check out the our group on Facebook. Again, talking about participatory. It's the Off the Edge podcast group on Facebook, and that's basically where we just dump all of our funniest memes that we find, and we love it when people shoot back some at us. So
yeah, it's filled with Star Wars, PBR, and occasionally other pop culture references.
A lot of
but primarily Star Wars and Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Don't make memes about anybody that, you know. I found that out the hard way.
Oh yeah,
no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, we don't do any mean spirited.
Oh, mine wasn't mean spirited. I mean, I blocked out license plates and everything. Just, you know, just it was an observation meme.
I think we've done some of our to each other before, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
I have to go
like making fun of each other.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah. Holy moly!
They're coming in.
Yeah. We have a haunted house being assembled in the room above us.
Yeah, I think there's zombies up there.
Could be
crashing around.
They're fueled by Busch Light.
Oh, are they? Busch Light?
I think it was Busch Light, wasn't it?
I got a friend who drinks a lot of Busch Light. He's a Broncos fan, though, so you know.
Yeah.
Well,
not everybody can be perfect.
I know. It's rough, man.
Guys.
What's your team?
I would say I'm a Chiefs fan, but I don't watch much football, period.
As long as you say you're a Chiefs fan.
Born and raised.
I wish this was done last week where I could be talking some mad shit about my team being undefeated. But since we got our asses handed to us by Baltimore this past Sunday, so you can't really say anything.
You have the same problem that I have, that I live in an area that doesn't have enough my team's gear. So we went to Kansas City last weekend. I'm like, holy shit, look at all this stuff, man. There's stuff everywhere. I didn't have enough money or car to haul it all back in.
But you can find plenty of Cowboys shit around here.
God. Cowboys and OU.
That's my wife. Cowboys.
I don't know about Cowboys. It's kind of weird.
They look good this year, though.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm happy for Brooke, I guess.
I don't want to,
No.
She doesn't She don't watch it anymore anyway.
All right.
I can't give them too much credit. It's the Cowboys. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I get it. Believe me.
Yeah.
The worst case is I have an uncle and a cousin that are Raiders fans.
Yeah. They lost last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did my fantasy team.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a bunch of bullshit.
So that is some bullshit.
They was throwing everything they had to their tight end, apparently. I went to sleep. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I went to sleep too. I didn't watch the game, but
I'm too old to stay awake that late.
But we can both agree that we're happy the Raiders lost. Right? We can agree on that much football, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't hate the Raiders. I just don't. I hate to tell you, it's a Broncos thing for me.
Really?
Elway, I think, is what it was.
Oh, well.
I don't know, man. Plus, a buddy of mine's a big Broncos fan, so he's watching this right now.
Well, past 5 years, you've got to lord over him pretty good.
Yeah. I don't want to hear shit. I've been a Chiefs fan since way back. They've been sucking. I got this Chiefs tattoo here, and they went to sucking right after that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I did it. You know what I mean? Like 92.
Hear that, Chiefs Kingdom?
Yeah. I got this tattoo in like 92. They had old Bono, throwing the ball around. And I'm like, oh, he's doing all right. Well, it was right after Montana, I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing things now. So I got me a tattoo, and then it went to shit for 30 years. But, now we got the kid up there, and he can throw the ball from any position that he wants to throw the ball from.
That motherfucker made a touchdown the other day. Just chucked some little underhanded I was like, what was that?
That's just going to catch up with him eventually. He's 26. At some point, he's going to lose some of that. His testosterone is going to start dropping, and he's not going to be able to do that shit. They're going to be able to run around. I don't know what they're going to do then.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm good.
I don't think that his arm's going to fail him. I mean, I think that he'll be able to make those long throws for a good long time. He'd be able to step up in the pocket, and
he seems like a decent human being as well.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, go ahead.
But really, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I got to say that he's an incredible athlete.
Seems like
he's the real deal. The only bad things I could say about him is he kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog.
That's what everybody says.
and he kind of looks like Darlene from Roseanne.
Oh.
But
clearly,
those are cheap shots.
But those are cheap shots.
Those are cheap shots.
Those are cheap shots from a Broncos fan, and really nothing that really
I think
besmirches his character or his talent.
Teddy Bridgewater. That's the perfect name for a quarterback. Just sounds, like Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Like he's the perfect All-American.
Right.
Like I want to hear Keith Jackson say it. Teddy Bridgewater.
He'd be a cowboy.
I'm not sure that
he got knocked the hell out or something.
Yeah. Oh man. Both starting guards were injured for Denver, and the Ravens are the most blitz happy team in the NFL, and they just destroyed him for 2 quarters. And it wasn't too much better when Drew Lock got in there, but I'm not sure Teddy Bridgewater is the answer for the Broncos. He's been very efficient up to this point, but he keeps throwing our receivers into danger. We got 3 receivers injured right now. One of them for the season, because he's throwing them into dangerous situations. They're just getting pummeled, and I don't know. I don't like it.
That Patriots game, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought
it was a lot closer.
I thought the old man was going to come in there and blow it out.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Didn't mean to go on a football tangent. I know Matt's. It's not really Matt's.
Yes.
Matt's
welcome to the football podcast.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
we're all going to scratch our ass and spit.
You can catch me up on the season.
Yeah, well, it sucks. My team sucks.
Last thing. The biggest surprise of the week for me was my wife is from Arizona. She roots for the Cardinals, and they destroyed the Rams. And I thought it was going to go the other way. It really did, but Cardinals are the real deal this year.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
I think they are.
I think they're all professional athletes.
Yeah. Nothing's a gimme.
Yeah.
Nothing's a gimme. Yeah.
That's why I think it's wild when there's such a huge disparity in wins and losses on some teams. I guess they just can't get it together.
Right.
And just think the worst talented guy in the NFL was a stud in his hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he was Johnny Bridgewater of the town. Everybody's like, oh, look, there's Johnny, buy him a soda down at the fountain, and then now he sucks. He's still the best player that you'll ever meet.
Yeah, he would still take you to school any day of the week.
Yeah.
And if he plays his cards right, he'll retire. So
yeah, they get a hell of retirement.
Yeah.
I guess what is the average career is only 3 or 5 years.
I was thinking 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's not much. That. I mean, there's a lot of people you don't even hear of that just sit on there and ride the pine. Not everybody can be a superstar.
Nope.
Not everyone can be like me.
They're all still getting paid more than me.
Yeah, it's a burden, isn't it? So you guys have been playing the hell out of concerts here lately. I'm seeing your name on flyer after flyer.
We've been
a little busy. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 5 shows this month. We're through 2 of them.
It's like maybe I'm paying attention more, but it's like there's suddenly a music scene in southeast Kansas.
Yeah, it's not necessarily an Independence in Coffeyville,
No, it's not.
but there's things happening in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Starting to a little bit in Parsons. We're getting a couple of venues popping up there.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I just saw a new one I didn't recognize the other day.
Well, I want to amend my comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are things happening in Independence.
Yes.
It's just not generally music as heavy as ours.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would agree with that statement, yes.
Our friends, Tracy and the Time Travelers, are playing shows here quite often and doing really well.
John Hamlin.
And John Hamlin is an amazing guitar player. He's been on the podcast too. So yeah, there are things happening here. It's just not necessarily aggressive music.
Well, there ain't shit happening in Coffeyville. I mean, nothing. And
I
then,
know.
people don't support it either. So, I mean, what the hell's the point of having a concert if nobody's going to support it?
Well, right, yeah.
You know? I mean, hell, we had Ian Moore in Coffeyville 2 weekends ago, and I don't know if you know who Ian Moore is, but he's a pretty good name. 100 people was sitting there in front of him. I'm like, damn, really? This guy's had many, many records. He was all over the radio in the 90s.
Yeah.
He was KMOD's Wonder Boy.
Yeah, I mean,
him and Chris Duarte.
Yeah, exactly. If you was listening to the KMOD in the mid '90s, you was hearing Chris Duarte and Ian Moore. You couldn't help it. It was on there all the time.
They're both great.
But anyway, he was kind of a cool cat too. I mean, he was easy to talk to. They went around and checked out Coffeyville and everything Coffeyville has. History wise.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest riddle for this area since the 90s, is where to go and how to get people out.
I mean,
and
there's not really a venue built for that or accentuating live music. I mean, there's not an Independence. I might be wrong if there's something in Coffeyville, but
well, at least you guys, and I just drove by on the way here, at least you guys have the park and that little amphitheater out there, little band shell.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what could be done out there, but you've got some place. Coffeyville does not have a stage in any shape or form.
Mm-hmm.
Even the buildings that does have some sort of a stage, the rent on the places is so crazy and they're outdated that I'm not sure it could support a full band with all the gear and everything.
Yeah. Right.
And the other problem is, so when my wife, brought Decipher down, literally, it was Decipher down and Set for the Fall. Hardly anybody showed up. I'm talking like it was pathetic.
That was the one they had out at the school, right?
Yep. It was embarrassing. There was 8 people.
Oh, man.
And then she does City Rock Fest. People from Coffeyville went over there to Joplin. So I can't figure out, how do you get people of Coffeyville to get excited about anything?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of wonder if maybe the county needs to, I don't know, make some kind of a venue, some kind of a grounds. That,
I mean, this is just my intuition speaking, but I think like if someone had made it their kind of mission to be like, all right, this is going to be the place. So it's like a bar and grill or whatever, some place where it's like, we're going to feature, music. We're gonna make that a priority. We're gonna be the place in Coffeyville,
create an environment.
Yeah, create an environment and be like, and then over time people get exposed to that. They're like, man, there's really good shows happening here. Then word of mouth, the grassroots kind of thing happens, and it might take a little while, and it's going to take someone to be able to weather the storm of a year or 2 years of trying to make it. While but I mean, entrepreneurs, that's kind of, I think being an entrepreneur, you kind of have to go into it with that mindset. It's like, we're going to have some lean years before, but I think it's going to take that sort of initiative.
So out over the overpass, is that the VFW or is that the Legion?
Legion.
Okay.
That's the Legion.
Do you remember what the place was before that? What it was called?
Are you talking about the bar that's right behind there? That's like
no. It was that building. It was a venue, and it was like a like church-owned venue.
Oh.
But they brought in, all kinds of bands. They just had the stipulation of, watch your language.
Yeah.
Don't talk about drugs and suicide.
Yeah.
Ultimately. And so it was also an all ages venue, but that was literally, they would open it up just for shows, and they had like concessions and type shit like that. And it was a really cool venue. I don't know, something like that maybe.
What's the story on you guys' old movie theater? A couple blocks north here, the old movie theater, not the one that's active.
Yeah, on Myrtle. That's where John Hamlin's guitar studio is.
So I drove by there today. The outside looks a little, beat the hell out of Mike there.
Is the whole thing his or
no? I think he rents
just
a space
that corner
in there.
building.
The outside's looking a little tired, but
Yeah,
those things are usually pretty ornate on the inside and kind of.
it really is. I have been inside there, and it's pretty cool. Some years back, it might be maybe like 10 or more years ago, they spent a lot of money kind of remodeling it, but I don't know. I don't think that they or restoring it is maybe the right word.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they got as far as they wanted to on it.
Well,
It sounds like the never-ending Coffeyville theater remodel.
well, that's what I was just getting ready to get onto. And part of the problem is, it's a problem and not a problem. When you designate something as a historical monument, which they did that when it got put on the register, now you have to do things a certain way.
Right.
Yeah.
You open yourself up for some grants that way too, though, so there is some money. But at least down there, they have they've sealed it off. They got the roof good, and they've closed it up to where there's no longer, squirrels and rain and everything getting into it. But the inside of it looks pretty rough. One of the problems I have with what they're doing down there is, so when I was still on the commission and my wife was just beginning her trip of, trying to become a concert promoter, we was definitely interested in what they was doing. So this place is going to be available for concerts and movies, right? Because, hell, you can just roll up the curtain or the, whatever the hell you call the damn thing, the screen. Yeah, thanks. And you can play concerts. They said, well, yeah, sure, we'll have movies like at Christmas time. Maybe we'll show, It's a Wonderful Life. I went, wait a minute. You're not going to have a movie like even second run, something I can just take my wife to or my kids? Well, that's not really the plan. I said, well, how about a place where in between these movies and these business conferences that you say that people are just going to flock to Coffeyville to come to for these business conferences, are we going to be able to have some bands, promote some bands? Well, it's not really in the plan. What the hell is in the plan?
What are you doing it for?
Well, supposedly they believe that there is a big need for like business conferences. So I don't know if you ever get to go on business conferences in your line of work. I don't know this.
No, I'm a mail carrier, no.
And I don't really get to go on them myself either, but occasionally I might get to go on some training. Let's not bullshit anybody. Part of going on business trips is that you're getting to go someplace.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a guy in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and I'm getting ready to go on a business trip, and they tell me I'm going to Coffeyville for a week, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? The hell I want to go to Coffeyville for? What happened to Vegas or Orlando?
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
I think they mean well. This is why I'll never get elected commissioner again right here. I think they mean well, but I also don't think they know their own audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what people of Coffeyville want is a place on Thursday or Friday evening they can take their sweetie and maybe a couple of their kids and go down and get some popcorn and watch maybe, Godzilla versus Kong's been out for 6 months, but hey, we got it down here and we're going to watch it.
Right.
It's cool, man.
Like I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, instead of paying $100 for the first run, I'll wait, and then I can only spend $35 on popcorn and all that crap, you know? I don't think they get that.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of like I say there is a venue here, really, really nice, high dollar, high class venue that nobody can use, and it only gets used once a year. It's called Memorial Hall.
Yeah.
So
That chaps my ass because
I don't live here, so
comes out of my taxes.
I'm gonna talk some shit here.
Yeah.
So my wife went and talked to them about renting that venue to bring in City Rock Fest. You know, the same group that was over in Joplin, and blah blah this and that. We looked around. They said, by the way, you can't have any drinks. You know, in the room. Well, this of course would have been a Christian concert, so there wouldn't have been no, you know, shooting of holy water. We would have drank a lot of holy water. But like, wait a minute. You know, we aspired at some point to maybe try to bring in some, you know, legit rock bands. I'm a Chevelle guy, so I instantly go, well, one day I'm going to get Chevelle, you know, but well, you can't have any drinks or anything in there. And I get it. It's a nice place. Yeah. But it's almost like you're saying, you know, I got a race car, but you're not allowed to shift into fourth gear.
No, yeah.
It's like, well, you guys are kicking yourself in the ass. Here's one for you. Joplin, Missouri. Go over there, and they got an old memorial hall they're not taking care of. They're not taking care of it for a reason, because they want to demolish it, so they have a parking lot for the new place they're building. So, anyway, Memorial Hall sits 3,500. It kind of has that old 1970s kind of vibe to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a crappy cool kind of a vibe, you know? Well, let's go host City Rock Fest here before we found the place that we actually went. They said, well, here's how much it costs. And I'm saying, when I'm talking about it's the city of Joplin. Here's how much it costs. We get a cut of the merch, and we're in charge of all the food and all the drinks. Like, wait a minute. We haven't even got a contract yet with the bands yet, and you've already getting a cut of the merch. We may not even get a cut of the merch. So you instantly just kicked us in the nuts before we even got started, and we don't get to sell any food or possibly beer if it's if it's a secular concert. Yeah. So they don't want to do business. I don't understand these small communities put so many stipulations on you. But then they all complain, well, we just can't get anything done here. Well, these guys here might want to put on a concert, but yet you've got so many stipulations on it, nobody can use it unless, you know.
And it's killing
and they do.
music.
They use it one time a year.
One time a year. For the play.
That's
the play.
One of my daughters in the play.
And the Oak Ridge Boys, or whoever the hell they bring.
Shannon and Joe a couple of years ago.
Something like
that whole getting a cut of the merch and all that stuff.
That's a thing.
That's like a thing now. And I don't fucking get it. What entitles anyone to get a cut of the merch?
We haven't run into that yet, but the first time we run into it, our merch ain't coming in the building.
So what happened with Megan, it's like you said, it's the thing. Megan's my wife. These bands instantly was like, okay, so how much of the merch do you want? How about you keep all your merch and come a little bit off the price? Because that's your merch.
Right.
There's lots of reasons here. I don't know you. I don't know if you sell 500 shirts or 5 shirts. So let's not worry about me trusting you. Let's keep your merch, because then you can do whatever the hell you want to your merch. All I'm worried about is I got to pay you this much money, and do you want all of your seeds, your grapes seedless, on your stupid rider? You know what I mean? That's the only thing I want to worry about.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
That's your merch.
We had a very big time moment this year when we had a promoter message us back and ask us for our rider.
Sweet.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, man.
Right. Yeah, like this never happens. What's going on?
Beer? We need 4 bottles of water, a place to put our merch, and good parking.
That's nice. Yeah, that's real nice. We haven't dealt with anybody,
And a pinata filled with Jell-O.
There it is.
Yeah.
We haven't dealt with anybody big time, just the City Rock guys. I guess probably Disciples, probably the biggest band that we've dealt with, and that's in a whole different genre. If you don't know who Disciple is, that's a pretty good chance you don't know who Disciple is. It's a Christian rock world. But, man, they brought in the people.
Nice.
They really did. I was surprised. Megan's like, just because you don't know who they are doesn't mean they're not big. Well, that's true, because I don't listen to Christian rock, whatever. But man, there are some bands that they bring with them. There are some hardcore Christian bands.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys would fit right in. The only difference is if you really listen to their lyrics, they're talking about Jesus. It's like, what? you're talking about Jesus. You know?
You know what? I don't even know what half of my lyrics are about. So
Sweet.
it could be about Jesus. Sure.
It could be about Jesus.
It could be.
It's all about Jesus.
Bitch of the
But,
bunch.
Probably not about Jesus.
Well,
that one's probably not
Mary
about
Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene.
Jesus. Yeah. She's a badass.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys Tool fans at all?
Oh man. Don't
You
get
opened
me
a can of
started.
worms there.
You are a Tool fan?
Oh,
yeah,
big
yeah.
time. That's probably my all-time.
Oh, really?
All-time favorite band.
I'll just leave my next line of conversations. I like Tool, but I just don't think the man can write a hit song unless he's bashing on Christ. Listen to the lyrics of all the songs. The man hates Jesus Christ so much that he has to write a song about him. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not,
Yeah.
come here with your podcast, bring it all down.
No, you're
there's
good. You're good.
definitely
You're good.
and
he's got his reasons.
Yeah, he has his
Everybody
reasons.
has his
Judith,
reasons.
I believe was his
Yeah.
mother, right?
Yeah.
and that's a perfect circle, not Tool, but
Yeah,
same
yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
That goes back to 10,000 Days. That's what that was
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
So, yeah. He's got some anger there.
10,000 days, how long she had cancer?
No,
something
was it
like that,
was
yeah.
the length
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
How
My
many
mom
years?
died of cancer. She had it for multiple years too.
Yeah.
10,000 days, huh? See, I like Tool. I just didn't realize that was a specific number. The song "The Pot,"
Yeah.
man. If I need to get jacked up for something, that's
That's a
my
good
song.
one. Right.
That is a good tune.
I'm not going to justify bashing on
Oh, he
On
can do,
religion.
He can do whatever the hell he wants. I don't.
No,
care.
I know, but I'm saying that all right, I'm going to preface it. I'm going to
Right, here we
preface
go.
this.
Oh, you
By
just slow
saying,
down,
like,
yo.
When I was
All right.
younger, I was raised in Christian schools,
Yeah.
and I really think that fucked me up pretty bad for a long time. So
shit.
I
wife.
and I'm not saying it's because of Christianity. I'm saying it's because of the way that it was presented to me.
Yeah.
Was if I thought the wrong thing, I was going to hell.
Oh, yeah.
I just guilt. I was just guilt and fear.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
all it
yeah.
was. And so I'm not trying to bash Christianity, but
No.
but for a while as a young man, as a young adult, I did have that kind of animosity and stuff. Now as I'm older and hopefully wiser, I realize, and I don't know your faith, but the way that I can now reconcile that and look at religion and especially Christianity is I can accept that it could be metaphorically true, but literally false.
That
And I
was
don't
deep.
mean,
That was deep.
well, I'm saying that like I can take all of the lessons that are in there and all the ways to live and realize that this has helped so many people.
It can't hurt to be nice people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that doesn't mean that I have to believe that I'm going to hell if I wear two different types of cloth. Or
Hey,
something
that's
like,
Old
you know
Testament,
what I mean?
though, man.
Yeah. No, I know. I understand.
Right?
Right, but that's kind of
That's
kind
if
of
you want to stick to the literal interpretation of the
Yeah.
Bible. It's
two
like-
sides of the same coin there.
That's a good one, yeah.
So I have a new appreciation for not just Christianity, I think, but just religion in general. I don't mean to open up a can of worms by going
No,
into
that's okay.
religion and stuff,
Maybe I
but-
should rewind that way in case your viewers and listeners are looking for me to beat my ass over the Tool thing. Because I know Tool fans, man, they're hardcore.
I think
Some of them can be, yeah.
I think what I was saying is like I can
If they
because of
refer-
the way that I felt when I was younger.
Yeah.
I kind of identify with what he's saying there.
Well, if they refer to him as Maynard, I know that they're really hardcore.
yeah.
Yeah. If they are on a first name basis with a man. So, well, I guess what I should have said is I find it ironic that the man that it seems like maybe he doesn't like Jesus. A lot of his best songs are the ones where he's bashing him or questioning him. I don't even know all the names of the songs. There was one I was listening to the other day, and once I really started listening to the lyrics, I'm like, damn. What's the one? The lyric is, we wish him well and
Yeah,
we'll miss
eulogy,
him and we'll miss
eulogy.
him. Is that it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
They're
it.
talking. He's talking about Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll miss him. You
Absolutely.
know, and get off the cross because we got another martyr to hang. You know, or it's like, damn, man, he's just really throwing it out there. But that's one of the better tunes. So what does that mean that I'm a Christian? But one of his better tunes is the one where he's just shitting all over Jesus.
Well, apparently that's what you gravitate to.
Don't tell my wife. My wife teaches at a Christian school. Watch out, man. Oh, hell.
No,
Hey, we're the wrong kind of Christian. Man.
Good music's good music.
Yeah, it's good. It's
it
good
is.
tune.
And
Yeah.
shoot, there's songs that. All right, it's like going. We can go into classical music. I was on a road trip with my daughter. We had to. We just had to go down to Bartlesville for a orthodontist visit or something.
Yeah.
We're coming back and we started playing classical music, and I was like, all right, like let me show you some 20th century stuff that's going to blow your mind a little bit. Started playing some Wagner, and I was like, all right, Wagner was a huge inspiration to Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
No, but it doesn't mean the music's bad. Like
Right.
the
No.
music is freaking awesome, and I can appreciate it, and I love Wagner's music, but like that doesn't make me a Nazi. So
No,
I
it
think
doesn't
that,
make
I think that you can listen to something where someone is maybe questioning faith and questioning that, and say like, and you can separate that out a little bit.
It's just something I like to think about when I'm listening to his music. I'm like, damn, this guy's making a living off hating this guy. So is he making him more relevant?
Well, that's just it. There's two sides of that coin.
I guess that's how I should have said it to begin with. He hates this man so much that he talks about him, so he's living rent free in his head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah.
Bad press is still press.
Yeah, no shit. I kept telling people, once I get haters, I know I've made it. When I got some a while back, I'm like, hey, didn't much care for that. Kind of sucked. No, but I do like Tool. I've been a Tool fan since, way back. I thought it was 10,000 days they made you wait on the next album.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I
That's
really
probably-
honestly thought that's what it was. It was like 10,000 days we've been waiting on this damn album to come out.
I did the math. It was 27 years, so
Ooh, I got
it wasn't quite that long.
Oh, it was 27 years?
27 years, 10,000 days, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, is it that long? So here's one for you. This is from my boy Yancey. New Alice in Chains or old Alice in Chains?
Old.
Old.
Yeah. What? Really?
Yeah.
I've been an Alice in Chains fan since like day one.
Same.
And I think I have grown up with Cantrell.
Mm-hmm.
I tend, and it's maybe because I listened to it so much when I was a kid, but I prefer the new stuff now over the old stuff.
And to be honest,
This is the end of the podcast.
I haven't
well,
done
it's
that.
nice talking with you, but
I haven't done that deep of a dive into the new stuff. That what was the first one that they put out with the new singer?
Black, damn it.
The blue on. Yeah, no, I want to say blue on black, but
like black fades into blue or something. It's something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. This is
I
terrible.
have listened to that, and it was good.
I think I've listened to all of the new stuff at least through once, but I haven't
Black
really
gives way to blue.
Yeah.
I have not really devoted the time to it. And I think part of that is just because of my musical tastes. Like when I was in high school, I was a freak for Alice in Chains, and I especially loved them because of the vocal harmonies that were so prominent.
And they do that now still.
Yeah, I know
More
that they
so.
do. But I think that then I started getting into Tool.
Yeah.
And I started getting into more progressive things. Maybe some things are a little harder. And I think that I just kind of moved away from that genre a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I still don't enjoy it, but I think I probably just haven't given the new stuff as much of a chance as I should.
Yeah, I did kind of a drive-by on grunge because I came out of hair metal. That's what got me into it. Grunge was there, but at that point I was gravitating towards heavier music. Like we're jumping over into Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer, and then
I remember in high school you introduced
Pantera
me to
dropped and Helmet.
You
and,
introduced me to Helmet, and I was like, "Wow, this is different."
And so I
that was cool.
didn't dislike or love grunge, but I always enjoyed it.
I was really into it during high school. Not gonna lie, but
I did get to see Stone Temple Pilots as an opening band, so that was pretty
that's
cool.
badass.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, he wasn't rail thin, and he was healthy still, and it was his first album. So
Yeah.
it opened for the Butthole Surfers at
Butthole
Mohawk
Surfers.
Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just like Edge Fest or something?
No, it was just a concert. And Gibby Haynes, he's the singer for Butthole Surfers, came out, had a beach ball and a shotgun, threw that beach ball up, boom.
Really?
Yep. How they got away with that shit, I don't know.
Yeah,
90s.
back then, yeah. I'm not sure how you do that. But yeah, right now I've been listening to, just
No cell phones taping everything.
That's true.
Shit, cell phones. It's the worst thing that's ever been created right there. It's the worst
and the best.
Yes, exactly.
Because I can find the answer to anything and listen to pretty much any song I want to listen to. I can be in touch with my kids no matter where they're at.
Yep.
But it's also the biggest piece of shit that's ever. This is the problem with society.
Yep. It is.
There's too much information, and everybody has an opinion. Mostly me. I got lots of opinions.
I recoined the phrase. Opinions are like assholes. Now it's opinions are like assholes, and you are one.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
So you can use that one.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So nowadays, what I'm listening to, hell, I don't know, just whatever's on my a lot of podcasts, and been listening to radio lately. Just like KMOD.
All right, dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean,
Terrestrial radio.
So when I work, or work in the garage, I just hit the button. So whatever's on there, happens to be on there. Sometimes I'll listen to a podcast, but XM radio quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I'm a nerd. I like the 80s weird nerdy stuff, the early 80s stuff. I like that weird shit. But my wife makes fun of me, so I listen to it.
Oh, we like it too.
No, my wife likes a harder music than I do. Really? I am not a hard, what I consider hard rock. Now I'm a Megadeth, old school Megadeth, but yeah, she's into Bullet for My Valentine, stuff like that. I'm like, that's a little too much for me there. I'm out. I don't know. I did take a hell of a nap during Hailstorm at Rocklahoma. I was that guy. I had the camouflage boonie hat on, my mouth open in the middle of Rocklahoma, completely asleep.
You're incredibly lucky you didn't get it filled with anything.
Yes, I know. But I was asleep, and it was the best nap I took in a long time. I might have been intoxicated.
Yeah, well.
But
that's kind of the point.
There are no witnesses. Cannot confirm or deny.
Like 200,000 of them, however many people was there. I don't know.
They're all paying attention to their own stuff, though.
Yeah.
It's true.
Talking about filling your mouth with weird substances.
Yeah, where we go.
On Wrong Kind of Podcast, you guys like to sample different funky kinds of soda. I don't even know what to describe.
So the way so I have to give you a little bit of backstory. We do a deal.
Yeah, how did this come to pass, and why?
So more that you more ask, how farther back I go. So I listen to the No Agenda podcast quite a bit, and they have a thing called Time, Talent, and Treasure. So and you guys might be able to do that for yours. I mean, anybody can do it. And the way it works is, so we had some of our listeners come help us with the cruise in Coffeyville a while back. And that's time. They put in some time to help us. Mm-hmm. Talent, the guy that we call the Wizard, he makes stuff for us, and he sends us those shitty ass pops all the time. And then there's Treasure, of course, that's money. We're trying to make improvements to our studio with an air conditioner because it's hot as hell in there. It gets pretty moist in there.
We can hear.
Yeah, there's no air in here.
Yeah. So the Wizard, that's what we call him, he comes by and he gives me these bottles of pop. And he puts a damn label over them so we can't see what they are and tells me, you can't take it off. And I play along. Well, that one we drank last week, it was yellow. And I was sure that he'd pissed in a bottle. And you have no idea what they are. Yeah. And every one of them is fizzy as hell. I'm not sure why they're so fizzy. Every one of them is just over the top fizzy. And so first thing you do is you try to smell them to get you an idea of whatever the hell it is. And the one we drank last weekend was called Sweet Corn. And I had, that's the first one that I almost threw up on. It was gross. We tried some crap a few weeks ago, pickle whiskey.
Heard of it. I haven't tried it yet.
I thought Yancey was going to hork right on the microphone.
Really?
Well, it looks like a bloody urine sample, first of all. It has a weird brownish red tint to it, like you need some antibiotics, or at least some more vitamins or water. And then it has a really shitty taste, like the worst pickle that you've ever eat times 5. It's gross.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah. You're welcome to come down and try some of that crap.
There's a Best Made, MAID, is a brand in Texas, and they make a sour pickle beer and a spicy sour pickle beer.
Neither one sounds good.
Haven't tried them. Haven't. We didn't. Where we went when we were in Texas, they didn't have it. We always get Ziegenbach. That's one from Texas that we like. But my dad has a friend down there that comes up every now and then. And so I sent him a picture of it, see if he can get it.
Some pickle.
Yeah. Quentin absolutely loves pickles. I love pickles, but
I like pickles, but that crap.
He's obsessed. I mean, he will pickled okra, a whole jar. He'll destroy it.
Yes.
My daughter will just straight up drink pickle juice, like pour it in a glass.
It's good for hiccups.
Yeah, that's what I hear. But,
I can take a couple little drinks, My grandma used to drink that crap. Supposedly it's good for your joints or something. I don't know. But now they got joints that are good for your joints, so I'm not sure if she's drinking that or not.
I mean, it would taste better than just, vinegar.
Yeah, I suppose.
Those joints that are good for your joints, you could get at the wrong kind of pharmacy when it's legal.
Eventually,
in Kansas.
yes. I talked to Jim Kelly a while back. Had him on there in the show, and there's already a form of legal weed in Kansas, but it's minute as hell. So the way it works, I'm gonna screw this up. Do your own research, because after all, I just talked about drinking sweet corn pop. So apparently, the way it works is you go to your doctor here in Kansas and say, hey man, I need the weed medicine. And if the doctor agrees with you, he'll write you a prescription for an ointment that has 0.05% THC. That's the max allowed in Kansas.
Wow.
So then I think that's what it was. It might have been 0.5, but I think it had an O in front of it. So then you got to haul that prescription to Colorado, because you can't do it in Oklahoma because you got to have a license. But in Colorado, you can just buy weed out, I guess, wherever. I guess they sell it in truck stops. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, you go in there and get your ointment. Well, you got to find a place that sells the ointment first. Then you can bring it back, and as long as you have that prescription with you, the cops can't do nothing to you.
Oh, okay.
You can have your weed grease, I guess, some kind of you rub it on you or something. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to do for you. But we do have some form of legal weed in Kansas.
So I guess as long as you don't have any roaches, other paraphernalia, you can have it in your system.
Yeah.
As long as you have the ointment.
And I'm not sure if there's any way you can, how you apply the ointment. Is it, is you put it in a pipe, freebase your ointment? I don't know what you exactly can do, but
maybe
spank the monkey
right inside the.
I wasn't going to go there, but I guess you could use your weed lube. I don't know, but anyway,
we're going to be the last goddamn state.
Yeah. I don't smoke weed regularly. It's been a long time, but when I was a kid, I smoked more weed than you probably should have. But it's never stopped. All this shit of putting people in jail, right down the road here, I guarantee there's guys in jail that had some joints on them, and now they're in jail.
Yeah.
They weren't doing nothing but, their own damn fault they got pulled over for whatever they got pulled over for.
Right.
But once you go home, the hell does it matter if you sit there and smoke a half a pound of weed? They don't say anything about you getting a beer and going and sitting there.
Right.
We can sit right here and drink a beer and it's perfectly fine. But if somebody like him was to spark up a joint, whoa, hold on, man. They're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing nothing. Nothing different than sitting there drinking a beer.
I'm going to channel my libertarian wife.
Oh, here you go.
And say that I think just everything should be legal.
Everything?
Just about everything, because
I always like that conversation. What's the limit,
Yeah, because then you have no black market at that point. So it just kills. I mean, it might create some problems, but it's going to kill a lot of problems.
I don't know if I'm a proponent of
I'm going to say
legal, but
everything for consenting adults.
but it ain't stopped nobody by making it illegal.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
That's my point. And
The,
and there's no regulations involved. There's no, something can be laced with fentanyl and you could die.
Yeah.
You don't know. You're taking a risk.
When you come to the wrong kind of pharmacy, you know that you're getting good weed.
Right.
But if you buy it from Sneaky Steve down here on the corner,
Sneaky Steve.
you don't know what the
That
hell he's got.
motherfucker.
You know, he
Yeah.
might have had that in his prison wallet right before you saw him. You don't know where he's stashing that shit. It's not good, man. It's not good.
Gotta love the prison wallet.
I just seen Donnie Baker here recently. You know, the comedian on Facebook? I just saw him here recently. So prison wallet's really been in my vocabulary lately. That guy is something else, man. That dude's a moron, but funny as hell.
I've got, you say friend because that's how it comes up on Facebook. You know, they're your friends.
Yeah,
so
your
I have an
friend.
acquaintance.
Never
right?
met the son of a bitch
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Well, no, because he lives in Portland. There
you go.
But that is a boots on the ground dude in Portland that posts some of the shit he sees, and you know, everything being legal there is
It's not what it's cracked up to be.
no.
Yeah.
Nobody's killing each other?
Well, he hasn't seen it firsthand.
Well, Reefer
But-
Madness tells us you're going to kill
I'm just
that,
going to
so-
say Portland's a shit show, regardless.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Oh God.
You get too many people together, it just goes to hell.
Well, everything good gets fucked up when you add too many people to the pot.
Right.
Because somebody has to be better than somebody else.
There's a little thing.
That's
called-
why I can't believe Slipknot is still together. That band is just too fucking big.
That ain't no shit.
4 is bad enough.
I don't know. I mean, there's a little thing called the Dunbar number, which is about 150 people, and that's
Yeah.
about the limit of the human mind to really keep track of that many people. And
I think the problem there is
if you get into
why are you keeping
tribes-
track?
Well, because it's adaptive. Because if you're a tribe living together, you know, it's a way to keep everyone in check. If Jimmy's son, little Bobby, is going and lighting shit on fire, you're going to be like, motherfucker, you need to quit lighting shit on fire. You know,
You know, I
You
think
burn
it's
him.
like keeps, huh?
You burn him.
Well, there you
You
go.
see what happens when you play with matches,
it's like,
bitch?
But you get beyond that number, and then it's like, well, then you can be anonymous.
Yeah, I think you're onto something.
Yeah,
So
then-
our union has about 150 people, and it's starting to get to where I don't know who some of the people are.
right, right,
But you know, I know almost everybody.
right.
But then it's like, who the hell is that guy? He's been here for 5 years. Oh, hey, dude.
Yeah,
welcome
when the
on,
number
man.
gets to then it's harder to hold people accountable.
Yeah.
Then you need like some form of governmental fucking top down kind
Oh,
of authoritarian structures
Shock-
to keep things in
shock collars kind of a thing.
So I'm not advocating that we just fucking go anarchy, and I'm not advocating that, but I'm just saying that is a real thing.
That
needs
would
to
sort
be-
some shit out.
It would sort some shit out.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
it'd be early
one way or
retirement for
the
me
other.
because, you know, I'm getting older and my knees are worse. So
Yeah.
if I can't pick you off from the porch, I'm fucked.
I don't know, man. If shit goes south, then I'm teaming up with you. I know that much.
Yeah,
Well, if shit goes south, you guys will be in Coffeyville in about 15 minutes.
that's true.
South.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Oh,
Shit was
I
funny.
went over my head.
Man.
I live in
damn it.
Cherryville. It'll be 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I was just through there the other day.
You actually went through?
Yeah,
You went around.
we stopped out there at the
Jump
whatever
start?
it was. Yeah. One of my kids had to go to the bathroom, come back to Kansas City. Yep. Went up there and saw the Auschwitz display at the Union Station.
Oh,
Don't really want to bring it down, but boy, whoosh, that is not a good deal. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier the Cruise in Coffeyville event.
Yeah.
And
Way to bring it up.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Well, I have been impressed with your ability to. I don't know how to phrase it right.
Pound my head in the wall, keep going.
Well, you're dedicated.
Sure.
You're dedicated to, engaging the public in your hometown of Coffeyville.
Thanks, sir.
putting on events, promoting events, trying to get the community out and involved. And this was your latest project, the cruise in Coffeyville. And I know you didn't have the turnout you expected, but I just wanted to kind of highlight, bring that to light, that you are trying to engage the community, trying to get things started, trying to bring something to your hometown of value. Mm-hmm. I just want to say that I appreciate that. A few years back, we played at a show that you put on for the food truck event.
Yeah,
a few years back at the
first
fairgrounds.
Got wind of you.
Yeah,
yeah,
and we really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun.
What band were you in?
It was Edge Over Edge. Yeah, that was it was early. It was early Edge Over Edge. It was
my wife. I just go where she tells me to go. That part, that's all her. I knew you were there. Honestly, I didn't know what you were there for.
Yeah, we played it.
Wow. I'm sorry. I don't remember that.
No,
I'm not sure.
I've never seen you on stage. I just didn't know which band you was in. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Where was that at?
It was at the Crawford County Fairgrounds, I believe, over in Coffeyville.
Crawford County Fairgrounds?
Or maybe not. Maybe I'm fucking that up.
Just the Coffeyville Fairgrounds.
Coffeyville Fairgrounds.
Okay. Yeah. So it was you. It was Cattywampus Band?
I think so, yeah.
And
there was a
old country band there.
Yeah, there was a country band.
So we learned
there's a band there that
we played that?
Yeah,
I remember Cattywampus.
Yeah, we played that, man. We were there.
Yeah.
It was probably one of our first handful of shows.
And that was one of her.
It was daytime, wasn't it?
That
was
probably her first attempt at a concert promotion. And we learned a lot from that. But
yeah, notice we haven't been booked again.
No, that's not it at all.
No, I know.
But yeah, that was towards the beginning of experiment, me and my wife. So 2013-ish. It's kind of funny that, I don't know if she listens or not or watches, but who cares? My ex-wife was like a big buzzkill, right? You didn't do anything. You just went to work, come home, and you hope you go back to work soon. But Megan has always been do you want to do something? Do it. Like I said, as long as everybody's fed and the lights are on, don't worry about it. I mean, clearly you can see that I ain't missed a meal. So 2013, I started going to commission meetings, and then 14, I became a commissioner, and we did the Coffeyville Street Drags, and then we started doing some music, and then of course the cruise in Coffeyville. But it was kind of an experiment that I think may have ran its course because there's just not enough community involvement. Yeah, they just, after a while, you can only lose money so many times,
Right.
After a while, I don't mind losing a little bit of money because I'm going to lose money going to, I don't do casinos, but I have some old junk cars that I lose money on. And, if you go to a concert, I don't know if that's called losing money, but I've spent good money going to concerts. So put on your own damn concert. But, yeah, I'm hoping that some other people in town might pick up the torch and go, because I think I've about run my course on that. People don't support local crap enough. They just don't. I can't figure out how to get them to do it. Even I put on, like you said earlier, there was a damn good act there, and it was essentially free. All we asked for is a donation if you could do it. And a few people did, but they didn't support a free concert.
Yeah. So I found out about it after the fact, and I feel a little bit of guilt that I wasn't tuned in and paying enough attention to what was going on. But I just want to say that I appreciate your efforts doing these things. Obviously I wish it would work out better.
Yeah.
But everybody, like you said, I would, like you've put in your time and done that. If you don't want to do, continue that, I totally get it.
Oh, I'm stubborn as hell.
But I want to encourage others to, like you said, pick up the torch and do these things, because it's important. It's important for all of us.
There's some other people in Coffeyville that I'm trying. I ain't gonna put them on spot and say who it is, but that I'm trying to encourage and point in the right direction, because their energy level is still kind of high. And mine's kind of like, my battery's kind of low. It may charge back up after I get done being pissed,
Oh, right.
But who knows? But somebody else has to pick up a torch at some point,
Yeah, like one family can't take the whole
whatever.
Well, that's just it. I don't
themselves.
I don't think.
But you could be the catalyst that maybe.
Yeah, I don't think one person or one central group can take it. I think it's going to take a small community, not like a town size, but a functional group of people. Maybe with music in mind. Maybe somebody that's got the venue. Somebody that, has the means to do, real promotion. The bands or singers or, whoever, the talent that's going to perform. But there's got to find something to get people to engage.
So you say real promotion, and then he said he didn't know about it. I need somebody to educate me, I guess, on real promotion, because I have spent money advertising that shit on Facebook, which is pretty much where everybody is anymore.
Right.
Even did that deal that I want to make sure that this demographic knows about. They like music. They're this age. They like this type of music. They live in this area. I advertised in Tulsa. I advertised in Joplin, all around this area. We did the flyer thing. I was like a broken record talking about this coming to town.
And I just want to say that I put that blame on myself because I'm not cool. I'm not plugged into what's going on ever.
There's not.
I ain't cool either. So.
There's not a turnkey solution.
Right.
Flyers in the stores and flyers on phone poles are only going to get you so far. Facebook ads are only going to get you so far. If somebody, if you've got 3 people that say they're going to go to your event and 100 people that say they're interested, 2 people show up, you're doing good.
So I think one of our main problem is population.
Oh, sure.
I think that if I had my own building, even let's say Owasso, I got to get close to that town down there.
Yeah.
But them guys down there don't even hardly have to try, because the population, let's say only 5% of the population likes going to concerts. Well, 5% of a 250,000 people down there are going to go to a concert, where 5% of county population of 20,000 is going to go to a concert. And then it might not be the right concert.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people just go, let's go. They got some live music. We might like the band.
Right.
But here it's like, who? I ain't going to that shit.
One of the things we noticed right off playing out, because we consider like a 300-mile circle our local.
Really?
We have nothing, right?
Yeah, we kind of have to
if
we want to play.
Okay, you're right. I was thinking about that.
Anytime we go somewhere else and we see, or I follow bands and stuff like that, and they're all playing Tulsa over and over. They're all playing Pittsburgh playing Joplin over and over again. And I'm like, man, you guys break it up, but people are still coming out. Maybe not as many if they made it rare, but people are still coming out in these metro areas, so they don't feel like they need to venture out, and we venture out because that's all we got.
I think it's kind of a tangent, but I think that's made us better. Not better than other bands, but just better than our previous selves.
It made us it made us way better at playing to fewer people.
I'm sure.
Boy, that sucks, doesn't it? I was really glad to see you guys over there at Joplin, and we couldn't go for whatever reason. It's kind of like the Project Revolution guys. I think they know when my kid weekend is.
Yeah.
And that's when every damn time, I guarantee you, they're like, hey, we got a concert in 3074. They'd be like, kids, man. Can't make it.
Yeah.
But anyway, back when Megan was doing that.
And shout out to those guys, because we love those guys.
Yeah, that's a good bunch of girls. It's like go-go's of this area.
Yeah.
But when Megan was trying to do that over in Joplin, we went around looking at buildings. We was actually going to go in debt, trying to maybe get a building, but that's another problem, money.
Yeah.
If you don't have any, it's a bad deal.
Right.
So we just couldn't figure out a way to not put ourselves into jeopardy to where I'd have to be out, selling blood or semen to keep the lights on. It was a bad deal. And we kept telling ourselves, there is a hole in Joplin that's not being filled. It's right on the interstate. It's kind of like the hub of a much larger population center. I'm glad to see whoever that's running that business over there. I mean, they brought you guys in, Crowbot, Buck Cherry, who?
Yeah, Buck Cherry didn't make it,
but they've had other
Saliva filled in.
Bands here. They had, was it Red Sun Rising about 2 years ago over there,
Yeah,
maybe?
they just, well, no, it wasn't at Guitars.
And they just had Everclear.
That was out at the other venue.
Oh, that was, yeah,
What's
that
the other
was.
venue?
It used to be called Elevate the Game. Now it just goes by ETG. It's down in the sports complex.
I guess it'd be kind of the east side of town.
It'd be the northeast side of town.
Northeast side of town.
Yeah.
Sports complex.
Kind of outside of town, actually.
Yeah, there's some ball fields out there.
Yeah.
Great big gymnasium.
Yeah.
And they did the shows in the gymnasium. That's where we played with Saving Abel.
Huh, I'll be damned.
It's a little bit out of the way.
Yeah.
But still cool that they're putting on big-ish shows there.
There's definitely...
Well, they had Tech 9 and that place packed.
Oh, I
that
bet.
dude is
Yeah.
constantly touring, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's an area I think that could be.
It's about the right size.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. And you can draw in. You're close enough to Rogers. People will come up from Rogers.
Yep.
You got all that around there.
You can pull-
Springfield.
You won't pull as many from Springfield, but you can pull from Springfield.
We've been to a lot of concerts in Springfield. They got a couple of pretty cool venues over there. We've seen some decent acts over there. Those shorts over there he's got on remind me of these. I got made fun of by a homeless man in Memphis.
I think he has had those shorts for about 6 years at least.
Well,
Because I think one of our first Command shows, he was wearing those shorts.
I got
actually,
Their new version of the old ones.
they're the same. They're the same type of shorts, but they're new.
You're that commercial.
Yeah.
The Geico where you turn to your parents, you buy the same shirt. Remember that commercial?
Man,
I got-
He is a creature of habit.
I've got three
I am.
shoes
I
that are
really am.
identical.
Yeah.
I would be like a Steve Jobs type of dude.
Yeah.
I would just have like the same outfit
Yeah.
in my closet, just one outfit, but
wife,
like multiple
yeah.
versions.
My wife
Because
tells me you need different colored shoes.
I don't want to think about what I have to wear.
Are you like my wife, and when you drive, you want to go the same way? And if you have to go off the beaten path, then it just pisses you off.
No, I gotta go
No,
different
I'm not
ways.
that way. I
Okay.
actually like to go venture out into the wilderness a little
Yeah,
bit.
I
sometimes.
hate if I go to Joplin one way, I'm coming home a different way.
Yeah, I'm the same
yeah,
way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless I'm like really strapped for time and I just need to go
The fastest way. Yeah, I get that. But
But I almost got into a fight with a homeless man over some shorts just like that.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I
wanted
mean-
them that bad?
No, he was heckling me, and I didn't respond well to the heckling the first couple of times.
What, were you wearing shorts like this and he was giving you shit about it?
I had some plaid shorts on and a much longer beard at the time, about like his, but full. And he just decided to pick on the fat guy with the plaid shorts and the long beard.
Well,
And I didn't respond well after like the fourth time of him heckling me. That's the closest my wife ever seen me get into a fight. She's like, "You really going to beat the hell out of a homeless man?" Yes, I am. So anyway, it didn't work out that way.
I didn't wake up planning this.
No, I mean,
But-
damn it, man's a
but it's
man.
gonna
He was
happen.
asking for it.
a quick shout out to our new friends in Diabolical Orange Monkey. They have a song that perfectly represents that. It's called "Fuck Around and Find Out."
Fuck
Yes.
around and find out.
Yep.
I'm not going to. I think it was Yancey that said last week that the Dalton Defenders raid is the first case of fuck around and find out.
Good point.
Yeah. Yep.
So there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been Diabolical Orange Monkey.
I don't.
Please
They're
follow-
so good.
Follow
Yeah.
them. Follow them on
They're so
Spotify
good.
and
Love the
Facebook
name.
and all the shit because they're some awesome dudes and they throw down some
like
some
techno
great music.
pop or
No. This is rock. Yeah, hard rock.
But they got
They got some vibe, a little bit of reggae, a little hip-hop,
a
little-
little
yeah.
bit. With just the way that
It's vibe.
it's a vibe.
It's
They're
a
not
vibe.
like a hip hop band by any means.
No.
They're like a rock metal band. But
No. I want to write a challenge song called "Fucked Around, Didn't Find Shit."
oh,
Throw the
man,
gauntlet.
still looking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
All right. We should do that. We should stir up some controversy with
Right.
some other local bands.
You could do like the whole East Coast West Coast thing.
Oh yeah. Where are they from? Are they they're from up north, right?
Junction City, Salina area. So
All right. Well, shit. Yeah, we started like
What they call it? They were what they call that back in the 90s when they ever had a rap song where they was
diss track
talking shit to each other. You know, like they made fun of Easy, back in the day.
That's what they call them now, at least, a diss track.
Diss track, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dissing on each other?
Yeah.
It shows some
Disrespecting.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to disrespect those guys. They're badass.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Well, there you go.
No, they're awesome.
There you go. Throwing it down.
Give them some love for real.
We were complaining about doing 2 shows in a row, so we played Pittsburgh Friday night with that band. Mm-hmm. And then we played another show, a festival in Melbourne, Kansas, Saturday. But those guys picked up the opening slot when a band dropped off because they took the opening slot because they had another show in Wichita that night. So they did 3 shows, 606 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So
Badasses.
Mad fucking respect for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, I was driving home from that show in Melbourne, Metal Stock.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, and I found them on Spotify. I was just jamming to their shit like on the way home. It was badass. Shout out to the Metal Stock. I know, is it the Fine family?
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the Fine family for having everyone on their property for that. Shout out to Mike Dolan that ran sound and organized the event. It was pretty
and
good. played. Just it rained, but didn't fucking matter. Everyone had a great time. Got a little muddy, and
it was
fuck it. It was great.
Yeah, I need to clean out the trailer. It's pretty muddy in there.
Yeah, I was feeling so bad about that. I was like, no, we can't avoid it though.
No, can't.
Anyways,
the inside of it looks worse than the outside, though.
Yeah. Anyways, got off track, but just want to give props to all those people that put in hard work.
We had a great weekend. We really did.
All right, give us a lowdown. I am now here just recently kind of looking to you as my
holy shit,
as my
spirit animal,
my epistemic authority on what is going on in like at the local level of politics. Like
it's more your wife now, I think.
No, well, I don't mean necessarily what is happening, but like the processes. So like you mentioned before, you were on the city commission of Coffeyville for 3 years.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
So what kind of made you say, hey, I need to step up and take on this responsibility? And what did you learn in the process of that?
So for some reason that keeps coming to mind is there was a fence next to my house that had shit growing all up in it. So whenever it would rain really bad, that fence was a natural dam. The water would back up into my property, and I'd have 6-8 inches of water in my garage. And they said, well, everything comes right here, so you're going to have that. And I said, I understand having water in my yard, but I think that dam right there is holding back about 5 inches of water. So I had all the city people out there, then the landowner come over there, and I could tell, he's in with those guys. They're not going to do shit to him. Meanwhile, you can see the water line in the side of my garage over there. So then I had the city manager come out, and he was using big words and all these things. And
like epistemic,
no shit. I'm sitting here using high, water, shit, bad, I'm going
to fuck around and find out.
Yeah. So I did. I fucked around and found out. And I started going to commission meetings, and I realized that my alarm was going off on my truck, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Hold on. There it is.
Oh.
That was mine. It's live. It's great.
Somebody out there is...
So, I just decided that I didn't want to be one of these people that are on Facebook bitching. They took your jobs, and all this
right.
mindless fucks that don't know anything about anything. And I was starting to become that guy bitching and didn't know anything.
Thank you for the realization.
Yeah. And then I just decided I got to educate myself because nobody's going to listen to me. And so I started going, and then I got this wild hair up my ass that I wonder if I'd put my name in the hat for an opening. There was an opening. So I didn't get elected the first time. Well, I kind of did. I got elected by the sitting commissioners. Actually, it come down to a tie, and the city attorney had to vote for me. But anyway, and I did that for a year. Then I ran, and I won, which is a sad and funny story. I was the high vote getter of that election cycle. I had 427 votes.
Wow. That's
the high vote getter.
Wow.
427 votes.
That's a problem.
That's a town of 9,000 down there, and you could say half of them are probably voting age.
Yeah.
So let's just lowball it even more and say 3,000 people are eligible to vote, and 427 people voted for me.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That was part of the problem.
Right.
You know, but it was fun. I mean, there was times it was frustrating as hell when you get the government involved. It's just stupid. You can't do anything when the government's involved because everybody's got to get their piece of the pie, you know. The problem with small town government is it could be used. I'm not for big government. I don't claim a party. I think everybody's stupid.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. Buddy on that.
But I think in small town America, we can use our government a lot better to help promote things and do things that you can't do in a big city. Government gets in the way a lot. You know, we had this is a story I always like to tell. So we can sell beer in Coffeyville on Sunday now. The state of Kansas opened it up. And I said, hell, let's do that because guys are going down to Oklahoma, buying beer on Sunday, bringing it home. That's just money we're losing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I proposed we sell beer on Sunday. I had 2 different liquor store owners come to the meeting, get all in a big uproar over it. I'm like, I'm not telling you have to be open, just saying if you want to be, you can. Right. So what I found out is that, well, if I don't want to be open on Sunday, I have guys that come and buy their Sunday beer on Saturday. But if I decide not to open on Sunday and he does, they might go buy their beer from him on Sunday. I said, so it's not that you don't want to be open, you don't want him open.
Right.
That's the problem with what's Yancey always call that? Crony capitalism or some shit, you know. But that's the kind of problems you have in small towns, you know. Nobody wants you to succeed.
Right,
because it means they're not.
It's the multipolar trap. It's the game theoretic kind of, just the game theory of it. Well,
it's like the theater you talked about earlier. You're wanting to do this theater thing. You're wanting to get it going. Well, I come and bring in what I think my ideas were, and I was commissioner at the time. It's not really the plan. Well, if you want your theater done, you should go, wait a minute, what if we used his ideas to help get it done? Because I might not get Matt and Zach to come to the theater with the things I'm wanting to do, but if you let Justin do something, he might book Edge Over Edge, and they might bring their friends. And guess what? That door is going to help refurbish this place and keep it going. And then at Christmas time, we can have our, It's a Wonderful Life, and, nobody has to know that the Dirty Rockers were there the night before, to help pay the bills.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like what we've run into with property owners, because like I said, it leaks. We don't have air conditioning. So, I mean, it is leaked bad enough that there was standing water on the carpet over there this year. So we've looked at a bunch of different places, but they want a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Or they're only selling. And I'm like, so you want to continue to pay for the building, pay the taxes on it every single year,
and get nothing for it.
Maybe you can offset some of that by letting us pay you a little bit to come in.
It's a hell of an idea.
People don't.
It's
too much work. It's too much work.
It's not their idea. They don't care. And to what you said earlier, that was kind of what our plan was to create an atmosphere. Because I honestly believe that Coffeyville, Independence, go NATO. I honestly believe that this area could be, you've got to train people. I know we're not Austin, but I always kind of think we could be a small Austin for the area. So I know people in Tulsa want to get out of Tulsa.
Yeah.
They want to get out of Tulsa. They don't want to be there all the time. Hey, why don't we go up there to Coffeyville? They got something going on this week. Hey, let's check the website. What's Coffeyville got going on? Oh, looky there. They got a couple of bands up there.
Everybody that we play with, especially the ones in the bigger areas, are always talking about, yeah, man, we should do a show swap. And I'm like, yeah, we should. I guess we'll take you to Pittsburgh.
There you go.
Because that's all we got.
So the show you played at, the opening act there was that old country people. That guy's named Alan Wooten. He's my ex-stepdad. And he was there that day because that was Megan's inaugural show, and he was running the sound. He was kind of help point her out because he does a bunch of stuff down in Oklahoma. He's not a rocker, but he's earned his chops,
Yeah.
So he gave us a lesson right off the bat early on. He goes, it's always going to be the locals. What do you mean? It's always the locals you're going to have trouble with. And he's been 95% right, man. I don't understand why people don't want you to succeed. But some people go out of their way to make sure that you don't. Or at the very least, don't help you at all. When they could easily just go, if I tell the right person to let them in, it'll be okay.
Right.
But they just don't do it.
Yeah. It's like it wouldn't be any kind of burden on them to just
no skin off your ass just to step out of the way.
Right.
Just step out of the way. Oh, well, that's not what we do around here. That's not how it's done. Oh, I'm aware of how it's done.
Yeah.
You've
seen the inside baseball and all of that. Yeah.
That's the scary part, man. That is the scary part. I know I'm talking small town politics, and I tell this story a lot on our podcast. The day before I was commissioner, I was just dumbass Justin at Walmart, And I'd see these people that I recognized from the newspaper, and I knew they had titles, I was just, like I said, I was just dumbass Justin from Walmart. But then on Tuesday, when I became Commissioner Justin Martin, on Wednesday, hey, Justin, how's it going, man? How you doing? Hey, I'm glad to see you're on the commission now. What's going on,
Yeah.
And that lasted for about 3 years until I had enough of that shit and resigned after 3 years. And then guess what? Dumbass Justin out of Walmart. So if that's what goes on in Coffeyville, Kansas, and in Independence, Kansas, how can it not be screwed up in Washington, D.C.? Because the amount of power that they have and influence and the ass kissing that they must,
Sure.
I could get about anything. Here's a funny story. So, did you guys ever go to Coffeyville Street Drags?
I think I've been once. Yeah.
Thanks for support. Thanks. You ever go?
Yeah,
Thanks.
I've been once.
But anyway, was it after I was gone? Was it like 17 or 18?
Yeah.
This is
I
over.
think so.
Podcast's over.
Yeah.
Fuck this. I'm out.
Sorry.
But anyway.
Not me, man.
So.
I don't know what year it was.
Yeah. See, anyway, what that whole deal was is I'm Commissioner Martin. And I think as a commissioner, part of your duty is not to just yes, no. I think your duty should be proactive. What can I do to help my community? Whatever your talent is, or whatever you're into, see if you can squeeze that and get something out of it. So what I was into is I was into cars and racing. Well, I was looking at the internet one day, and there's a town in Oklahoma, El Reno, Oklahoma, has an event called Small Town Weekend. And they block off a part of the old Route 66, and they drag race on that damn thing. And I'm sitting here going, there's drag racing in the middle of the damn town. How in the hell is this possible? So only thing I know to do, I call up El Reno, Oklahoma. Who puts on the drag races? Oh, you're going to want to talk to this guy. After about 5 people, I found the guy that was somewhat responsible for it. I just started calling just random people.
Yeah.
And name dropping that I'm a commissioner. That works.
Right.
It really does.
Yeah.
But
Remember that.
it really, say
right.
you're a commissioner from whatever, Kyrgyzstan or whoever. But anyway, then I went to the police chief in Coffeyville, the current police chief. He's a pretty cool cat. I like him. I said, listen to this crazy shit. He's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, no shit. He goes, yeah, I support you, whatever we got. So we started drag racing on a street in Coffeyville. Well, you know, I left there after a year. There was some personal bullshit, whatever. That's for the Jerry Springer show. But anyway, so I left, and I decided I was going to go on my own. Having that title of Commissioner Martin was really handy when you're in Coffeyville, because you could do about anything you wanted. Now, when you're in Claremore and Joplin and Muskogee and Independence and Parsons, you're just an asshole. So, you know, you've got it's a lot different. So what I'm trying to get at is the commissioners that are sitting there today, they need to be using the influence they got to try to make things happen.
Right.
And a lot of them don't. They just get up there and they hold a position. They go up there and they vote yes or no. And lots of times they don't even pay attention to what they're voting on. We had a guy that flipped a quarter on a $250,000 decision.
Oh my God.
And it's on live on TV. You can go back and look at it. And you need to use those positions.
Right.
You know, like I did with drag racing. And we had, I don't know, well over 2,000 people show up to Coffeyville on the first day and spend money at restaurants. You know what I heard? The fucking line of law at Walmart, at McDonald's, and Sonic was just packed full of people after that. Damn, I had to wait 30 minutes. I'm sorry that you had to wait 30 minutes because I brought 2,000 people to town and they spent all kinds of money in Coffeyville and then they left and went home.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
rough.
sorry you were inconvenienced for 30 minutes out of the year.
Old, I forget what it was, Commissioner York. He was county commissioner here for a while.
I know. I went to high school with him. I know who you're talking about.
He got on and found the economic calculator for the state of Kansas. And according to the state of Kansas, a family of 4 comes to your town and spends 8 hours. For every 1,000 people that do that, they will leave $60,000 in your community. I'm like, what? That sounds like shit. But if you do the math on it, it's not that far off. You get a family, kids and wives. Mm-hmm. You ever go to Tulsa for the day?
Yeah.
How much money you dropping just going to Tulsa? Gas, you're going to eat. Somebody's going to want something at some store.
Right.
You know, so the same thing happened here. They drove to Coffeyville. They dropped $10 a ticket. They bought T-shirts, and then they went to McDonald's, and you know they did all those things. They probably went and bought a lawn chair because they forgot a lawn chair.
Right.
You know, they probably end up spending a couple $100 in Coffeyville.
Yeah. Oh, shit. We went and played a show. We played the show.
Yeah.
And I probably spent $200 that night.
That's how it works.
Right.
Between gas and food and bar tab.
You know, if you guys
Merch.
ran for commissioner here in Independence, you probably have a stage.
Yeah.
Venue.
Say what? Say that again.
If you ran for commissioner, so you could push your way through and get you a stage or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Matt for commissioner.
Zach.
That's it.
After hearing the episodes of this podcast, I don't think.
Oh yeah, I'm screwed now.
I'm sure I've said some shit that would cancel me fast.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping I get canceled. If you get canceled, you're big.
Yeah,
true.
Right.
Nobody's
That's true.
canceling peons, man.
Yeah.
You want to be canceled.
We get canceled. We shout at Spotify, hey, look. You see this? We got canceled.
Oh, they'll want you on there.
Yeah.
But then they can cancel
Right next to Rogan.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I can't hold it anymore. I got to use the restroom real fast, so I'm going to leave it to you guys for just a second.
Oh,
You know, I just went. I didn't announce it to the whole world.
I went 5 minutes ago.
Small bladder.
Are you still running, or did you just pause it?
No, it's running.
Oh, okay.
hey.
Okay. Well, I thought he was paused it, and I was like, well, aren't you fucking self-important?
So yeah, that's what I thought too. He does have controls though. So what you want to talk about, man?
Well, I tell you what. I'm, yeah.
Yeah. It's getting to be that time of night. Old
No, it's
men
not too
are
bad.
starting to lose their minds a little bit.
I think there's something there as far as maybe getting the community of musicians in this area, because we actually have a lot just in Montgomery County.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what we need to do.
Did you play the Project Revolution Girls
No.
Red, White, and Brew Fest?
Oh, Red, White, and Brew, yeah. Yeah.
So I think
we close that. Yeah.
You know, I call them girls. I'm just there.
Yeah.
I like them guys.
You like hairy girls. I get it.
I like one of them. I think they had something there. I think they need to move to a more public venue.
Yes.
And we've talked about that. But see, that's another problem. If you use a public space.
My God, I hope the microphones pick that up.
Good Lord, was that what I think it was?
I think so.
Jeez, man.
Holy shit.
I think you prolapsed on that deal, man. But, wow. Time marked that, whatever that was.
Yeah, check it.
But anyway.
I'm going to try and scrub the audio, I can already tell.
I think something needs scrubbed. But if you use, I got to ask him.
Yeah, are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that mic picked it up, bro. You're going to need to like timestamp that. That was awesome. I think there was some reverb in there.
I thought the door opened for a second.
But
I knew I had some tummy issues going on. I had to take care of that.
it's fucked up. But
see, I'm canceled now. I'm trying to cancel us, guys.
When you
I'm trying
use,
to do teen shit on air.
some bitch was in tune even. When you use public space, there's instantly a big chunk of insurance because the city wants you to provide insurance.
Right.
And I'm not saying that insurance isn't a good thing, but the upfront cost to do things is crazy. And that's where I go. These small communities can make it easy on you if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
There's ways to make things happen.
But that involves them having to put in some work.
And you got a fucking original idea, you know? Not even work necessarily, because all they got to do is just go, hey, let's do this. Let's help these people out. Let's, as the city commission, let's help them water this thing they're trying to grow. They're trying to create a culture here that people in the area know that there's something going on here. Let's do what we can, or just get the hell out of the way, maybe waive a couple of their fees. They've already got enough costs, because I don't know what you guys charge, but I know what I paid Ian Moore, and I know that when you start moving up the ladder of these acts, them sumbitches get expensive quick.
There is one thing I've learned from a lot of first-time promoters is, and I'm not saying your wife was this way or you were this way or whatnot. A lot of them don't realize that you can negotiate.
And she does.
Okay, good. Because someone like, well, it's going to cost this much. I was, throw back another figure.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things, you can make money or you can make none.
So here's a funny one. I'll just tell everybody how much it cost. So we was thinking, we had Coffeyville Cruise last year, and everybody said, hey, that's great. Once you have some vendors, food trucks, and a little bit bigger act. We did that, failed miserably. But anyway, we reached out. So we was thinking, okay, music guys that are also into cars. Kenny Wayne Shepherd comes up to mind. Car guy is in music. I don't think of him as a monster name. He's got one song that I can really come up with.
All right.
Yeah.
He does have name recognition.
That's apparently what he's going off of.
Yeah.
Can you guess how much he charges to come?
Based on
the number
of
that
the
came to mind,
others.
this could be wildly off. I'm guessing like $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$35,000.
Whoa.
That's what he wanted.
I was going to say 20. So.
And
okay.
we somewhat tried to negotiate. We said, hey, we understand, you know, but we explained to him that we're a small town trying to create something here. He's a car guy. This is a car event. You know, we could probably come up to this amount of money. And it was way off from what they wanted. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a fine line. So you're going to pay
I
more.
get it.
You're going to pay more for a band just to bring them directly to your location.
Yeah.
But if you can catch that band passing through
Yeah.
with a
that's
tour
true.
opening,
And
then
man,
you can get them for a huge discount.
I saw a lot of good shows when I lived in Pittsburgh, when I was going to school, and even after I was going to. Anyways, there's
Foxtown,
Foxtown city limits, just about 3 miles outside of the city limits of Pittsburgh, and they would catch bands that were going from like like Kansas City to Tulsa, and they'd have an off day or some shit, and they would grab those bands. Like I saw Chevelle and Finger 11 there. And
damn, where's this at?
It's right outside of Pittsburgh. It's closed now.
But it's not a very big building.
I saw great shows there just because they wanted to use that day to make some money.
Pay their fuel costs.
Yeah, exactly. So like it can happen if it's.
Do you guys know who? This would be a stupid question. Your music people, Adelita's Way.
Yeah.
So to me, Adelita's Way is a pretty prominent name because we go to a lot of concerts and some bitches are all over my Bands in Town app like daily. But anyway, I start asking around because I need to make sure that the people that I'm bringing are going to be somewhat well received. Who's Adelita's Way? I'm like, what? You don't know who the hell Adelita's Way is? They're on the radio. They got songs. They're Rocklahoma. They're here. They're there. They're opening for this band.
You get that? I told people that we were opening for Buck Cherry.
Oh, who the hell that is?
Buck Cherry.
And other than starting to sing Crazy Bitch in a public environment,
they wanted less money than Ian Moore, and we should have jumped on it. But we didn't, so whatever.
Yeah,
they were hungry. You could tell.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like you said, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Ian Moore. They've got bigger name recognition than Adelita's Way. But if you promoted it to where people could hear the songs that Adelita's Way is famous for, be like, oh yeah, that type of thing.
Right,
so I mean.
Just really put it in their face, like
all of the promotion is such a it's a delicate balance of and I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that
I'm definitely not the guy that's going to say I know how to do it right.
Then if you get cool enough to where you're just like a venue, let's use Cane's. It's kind of like hitting a high water mark there. But let's say Cane's Ballroom, I occasionally just go to their Facebook page to see who's coming.
Right.
So if you created that atmosphere like we're talking about, where eventually it's like, hey, let's go check out this, whatever your name of your venue is, Oh, hey, looky there. They got that guy coming next Thursday. Let's check it out.
This was a few bands ago, but I was in a band called Blood Red Moon, like in my younger years. And we played a show at a place in Joplin. I don't think it's there anymore, but it's called the Green Room. And it was like a pool hall, and they always had live music. And we played there, and people were like, man, I really loved you guys. It was awesome. It's like I had no idea what I was going to do tonight. I had no idea who was playing here, but I knew that there would be live music here. And so I knew that I was going to come here, and I was pleasantly surprised that I found a new band that I like. It was like they created that atmosphere. It's like, if you want to see live music, go to if there's nothing else to do, I'm going to go to the Green Room. I might see a cool fucking band that I never heard of.
The only problem is now we have to compete with Facebook Live. We have to compete with fucking YouTube. We have to compete with Netflix.
Wouldn't that be cool, though, to live in a town, like, say, lived in Tulsa, or you live on the edge of it, where it's like, hey, man, it's 6:30. Let's see who's playing at the Mercury Lounge or the Yeti or whoever, Vanguard, let's see who's playing tonight. Down here, it's like,
let's see who's at the wrong kind of venue.
Yeah, no shit.
There you go. I mean, even if it was like a once a month deal, kind of like the Dirty Mule does, granted that's a bar too, but I don't know. Yeah. One of the hurdles that you get with different restaurants or bars that try to do, they don't invest in any kind of sound system. So the bands that got to bring in sound system, and a lot of times it's not worth it to the band.
Or hell, we had Donnie Wood bring in. We had a professional setup. I mean, we spent quite a bit of money.
Yeah. That's it. It costs money just for that, just to facilitate the rocking.
If you could find somebody, and that's something we've never been able to run across, if you could find somebody that had money that would, front you, like say, hey, how much is it going to cost to do this? And when can I get my money back? And, make a little bit of interest. I get it.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to be anybody that, at least I can find.
Yeah.
I still think our biggest problem is population.
When I win that 600 million, whatever
I bought a lottery
ticket.
Hey, he won last night. Somebody did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now it's down to 20 million.
Oh,
I'm not even sure I can make it on that shit.
oh, that's chump change.
I got big dreams. Anyway,
But it's a lot of pizza.
yeah, I like pizza.
Well, damn, man. Is there anything before we let you go? Your time is valuable. I don't want to keep you overly long, but is there anything that you'd like to shout out before we let you go?
I say we scooted around some topics today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ought to come down and hang out.
I would love it,
And,
man. I would love to.
and it'd be great if we could finagle it so we could get like the other two guys involved. Yeah, and normally, Quentin has moved back home for a little while. He's trying to find a place. So he would have been here tonight, but he's in Wisconsin this week.
She said.
Yep.
Yeah, we can figure it out. We're set up for 4 mics. We have somebody share, whatever. But you guys got 4 mics, don't you?
Yeah.
We can pack a few extra if we had to.
But anyway, I got more mics. It's just after you start splitting them, it starts sounding like ass for a little while. But anyway, we can figure it out. Ain't no big deal.
No, that's cool. I would love to come over.
Everybody wants me to do this here video thing. I'm not sure that I'm beautiful. I understand.
Well, I tell you what, when this gets put out,
I'll definitely
get a
share it over
first-hand look. And
well, I know I'm good looking.
yeah,
It's just all the pain in the ass. 'Cause you guys, what you was describing earlier, man, I was like, oh,
yeah.
shit.
This is kind of a stripped-down version.
I'm
but,
lazy.
Yeah,
And I've got it figured out now to where I can hit this button. And when Crystal was over there the other day, I like to call her April. Just when Crystal was over there today, after it was done, her and my wife and Yancy were kind of chit chatting. I was like, and she said, "So when's this going to be?" I'm like, "Oh, it's there now." That quick? I'm like, I don't edit shit. I don't know what you guys. I don't edit shit. I hit the button and I roll with it. And if it sounds like ass, well, it usually don't. It did for a while. It did sound like ass for the first 6 months. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. There was a button that I didn't know to push. And I had a guy who has a bachelor's degree from Pittsburgh in digital media, over there trying to help me figure it out. He goes, "Well, it sounds all right to me." I'm like, "This sounds like ass," and I cannot get it figured out. And what it was is I didn't tell my program to use the line in that was coming from I got a Yamaha board. It was using the microphone off my laptop.
Oh,
So the guy over there was like, "Hey, shout, man, this is great." And I'm over here like, real loud. And I couldn't get it figured out. And then one day I went, the hell's that? Suddenly the little deal went a little different.
yeah.
And then it took me a while to do some more refining after that. Went through different kinds of mics and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we have the optimal setup or anything. But
No, it sounds good though.
I edit the audio for quality, not for content. I never cut anything out.
I get rid of a little bit of noise occasionally.
Yeah, I just kind of like use some EQ and compression and stuff to bring it to the Spotify standard or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I send it over to Matt and he puts a video to it. And
so what do you guys, you just load directly to Spotify, or do you have a
we go through Anchor FM.
Anchor,
and
we do the Podbean thing.
So
it's worked for us.
Yeah. So far so good.
You guys ought to try to do the Time, Talent, Treasure deal. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised.
All right. Well, fucking game on, listeners.
If you go to our website, WKOpodcast.com, you can donate money. And occasionally somebody will just drop a little bit of money on us, not a lot. Sometimes I'm surprised that sometimes the amount of money we get, we do a fun thing. You guys might want to do it a little differently, but we have a thing where we have a Lord plan and then a Baron plan. Mm-hmm. And like a Lord plan's like $2 a week. Shit, man, if you don't think this is worth $2 a week,
Yeah.
You ain't going to find $2 a week entertainment, And then some of them are $5. And after they reach a certain amount, we got one guy, he names himself Lord of the Orange Cones. He's a construction worker. But and then we have a friend of mine who is Lord Flatulence of Fartingdale. We've got several people like that. But we're just trying to buy an air conditioner and maybe one of those Rodecaster Pros. I'm just trying to. And it's like, damn, it's got to be worth a couple bucks. And amazingly enough, there's an old saying: they won't give you money if you don't ask for it.
Right.
And I started asking for it, and I'll be damned, they give me some money. Because, it's called a value for value is what it's called. And if you find value in it, what's it worth? Maybe someday somebody will give me, more money. And we try to incorporate different people. We got a guy who's doing a little bit of animation of some of our podcasts. And we're going to load those onto a YouTube channel,
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome.
But yeah, I'll share the hell out of this deal, and maybe we'll both get some new listeners.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Crossover.
I would love it. I want to strongly encourage any listeners out there to check out Wrong Kind of Podcast. I certainly enjoy it. I had to drive down to Tulsa today. I listened to your last episode while I was driving down there.
I wasn't very form on that one. I don't know. Beef Queef.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just come up with that.
I think your wife said beef Queef.
And I'm like,
beef Queef.
Beef Queef. Cow farting? But anyway, yeah. That's
probably, I think that sweet corn soda probably smelled like a beef Queef.
Between one of the two, or maybe even both of what you just said, titled the episode.
Beef Queef?
Sweet corn soda flavored beef Queef.
That's not bad.
All right.
Yeah. There you go.
Like it. Okay.
All right, man. I appreciate you having me on, though.
Yeah,
Justin, thank you very much. If you like this podcast, of course, we'd like you to subscribe to it.
Send them some money.
Yeah.
You guys got a PayPal.
Show me the money.
Maybe we need to do that, Matt. We need to set up a website.
A beer sponsor.
We've been working on it for 2 years now.
Oh, man.
Well, if you could just get people to send you like $1 a week, you could get beer bought.
There you go.
Like
true.
10 people. $1 a week.
We actually added a new merch item to our band merch. Mm-hmm. It is so the bottles of Pabst Blue Ribbon under the caps are playing cards.
All right.
So we have a full deck. Actually, we have 3 full decks, but we're just putting them out one at a time.
Yeah.
And we're selling them for $20. If you think that's too expensive.
$20 a cap?
No,
$20
full deck.
Full deck.
52 card deck.
Yeah, believe us, so we paid more for
we
paid more than that to collect them.
If you think $20 too much, then play us a hand.
Yeah.
You can save $10, you can get it for $10, but if we win, you're paying $30 for that.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah. We haven't had any takers yet, but
yeah. It's a challenge on people.
And we keep 4 cups up there. Those are
I saw that. I didn't know what was going on up there.
Each of the suits.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we throw their caps in there, and as we acquire decks, we will add them to the merch pile.
Hey,
thought it was something original.
I'm glad to see the map of the United States. I have one of those in our studio as well.
We use that for a music video for a band out of Salina, Bootleg Mercy. I had my son play a Paranoid, and so he was, tracing the yarn across all the thumbtacks, and it was pretty good. So we just left it.
I like it.
Now, when no one's looking, I come in here and I, do my paranoid schizophrenic kind of fucking yarn.
You do what you need to do, because I haven't looked at it since the video. So.
Yeah.
All right.
It's happening. It's all happening. All right. Well, Justin, thank you again, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Later.